Did Neanderthals speak? I mean, really, did some ape man living 100,000 years ago speak to another of its kind just like you and me? Sounds ridiculous, right? And most of the layman could imagine the communication between Neanderthals as a series of grunts and hand signals. This, as we'll soon see, becomes more unlikely for every decade, yes, decade, we spend researching possible speech in later Homo. It is widely accepted by researchers that the positioning of the hyoid bone is critical to understanding a human's capability of speech. The hyoid bone tells you where the larynx is, and from there you can find its positioning relative to the cervical vertebrae. 52 years ago, anthropologist Philip Lieberman at Brown University and anatomist Edmund S. Crelin at Yale teamed up to release a paper exploring the idea of Neanderthal speech. While Lieberman and Crelin concluded that Neanderthals could not articulate critical vowels used in the speech of anatomically modern humans, many were quick to point out the critical flaws in their model. In the study, Crelin attempted to recreate the entire vocal tract of Neanderthals using only its skull in comparisons to those of newborn sapiens, something that inspired very little confidence in others. In studies of this time, it was believed that the flattening of the vocal tract and thus the heightened position of the hyoid bone in Neanderthals made it impossible for them to speak. We now know that this is false. In fact, it would not be long before more research was done. Most studies then concluded that a flat vocal tract had very little to do with speech. Rather, the styloid process, the mastoid process, and the mandible determine the hyoid bone's position. This means that compared to the Lieberman-Crelin model, real Neanderthals' hyoids sat lower in the neck, allowing for a greater range of vocalization. This does not, however, mean that Neanderthals could speak in the exact same languages that we can. A study at the University of Alcalá in Spain also suggested that Neanderthals possessed a greater ability to create distinguished consonants, suggesting that they may have been more common in Neanderthal language. There is much research to do still. Fossil evidence shows that only Neanderthals and Homo sapiens have free-floating hyoid bones in the Homo species, suggesting that only those two were capable of advanced speech. This does not, however, mean that Neanderthals could speak the exact same languages as we can. Some known differences between sapiens and Neanderthalensis' vocal tracts, notably the shorter pharynx in Neanderthals, tell us that their voices were of higher pitch. Using this, I've been able to recreate a potential exchange between two Neanderthals approximately 100,000 years ago.
Hi, how are you?
I hope you enjoyed the video.